She was standing on my driveway, waving a bright yellow paper in the air like it was a royal decree. You've been fined $3,500 for violating HOA rules. Pay it or face removal. She yelled so loud the neighbors peeked out their windows. My wife didn't even flinch. She just kept watering her roses, calm as ever. That drove Karen insane. Don't ignore me, she screamed and snatched her phone. Within minutes, sirens echoed down the street and 2 squad cars pulled up. She ran toward them, pointing at me like I was a criminal. Arrest him. He's refusing HOA orders and trespassing on this property. The officers stepped out, confused but trying to keep it professional. One of them walked toward me, asking for my name. Karen shoved herself in between us. No, you don't need his name. Just cuff him. I've already filed the report. She handed over the fake HOA notice like it was evidence. The officer looked at it, frowning. This doesn't look official. Before he could finish, Karen shouted, "Do your job. This man thinks he's above the law." I stayed silent, almost amused, watching her dig her own hole. The officer finally turned to my wife. "Ma'am, are you aware of these fines?" My wife lowered the hose, water dripping onto the grass, and calmly replied, "Yes, I'm aware, but I'm not paying it." Karen gasped like she'd been struck. "See, she admits it. Arrest her too." The officer raised his hand, signaling her to stop. "Hold on. What did you say your last name was?" My wife smiled faintly, and when she answered, his face froze. He blinked twice, then slowly stepped back. "Wait a second. Judge, you live here?" The entire street fell silent. Karen's grin collapsed, her voice cracking. "What do you mean, Judge?" My wife didn't even bother replying. She just crossed her arms and waited. The officer's whole posture changed. Respect, nervousness, almost fear. And Karen, she started stuttering, realizing she might have picked the wrong neighbor to mess with. "You want me arrested?" My wife finally said, her tone like steel. "Or should we start with you for filing false claims?" The cop glanced at Karen, his jaw tightening. The look in his eyes said everything. This wasn't going the way Karen planned. Karen's mouth opened, but no words came out. She looked at the officer, then at the neighbors gathering with their phones out, recording every second. No, I was just trying to enforce the rules," she stammered. The officer's voice grew firm. "Ma'am, you don't enforce anything. That's not your job." But instead of backing down, Karen's eyes flashed with rage. This was just the beginning. Watch the full HOA Karen story in my long video. Link is in the description.